Not sure about you, but I'm a big fan of acronyms. Take, for example, DEI, which stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Now, move those letters around slightly to I.E.D, Improvised Explosive Device, and you get a more accurate telling of what this ideology is and what it's doing to modern society. I think there isn't a rational, reasonable person who would argue that diversity isn't an important feature of society, certainly at the macro level, and a successful organization or group at the micro level. However, at this point, let me define what I mean by diversity. I'm talking diversity in its broadest form. Diversity of viewpoints, politics, ethnicity, race, age, religion, experience, socioeconomic background, gender, one's upbringing, and much more. This, however, isn't what the modern day proponents of it believe. To them, DEI isn't about diversity in its purest form, but rather DEI is a political advocacy Marxist movement on behalf of certain groups that are deemed oppressed under DEI's own yardstick of measurement. For these zealots of DEI, one's degree of oppression is determined solely based upon where one lands on a so-called intersectional pyramid of oppression, where whites, Jews, Asians, South Asians are deemed oppressors, and a subset of people of color, LGBTQ people, and or women are deemed to be the oppressed. Under this ideology, which is the philosophical underpinning of DEI as advanced by hustlers like Ibram X. Kendi and other diverse race hustlers as well, one is either an anti-racist or a racist. There is no such thing as being not racist, folks. Under DEI's ideology, any policy, program, educational system, economic system, grading system, admission policy, and even climate itself, due to its disparate impact on geographies and the people that live there, etc., that leads to unequal outcomes among people of different skin colors, is deemed racist. As a result, according to DEI, of course, capitalism itself would be racist, right? Classes geared to gifted students, of course, are racist. IQ tests, 100% racist. Corporations are racist, or in other words, any merit-based system or organization which has or generates outcomes for different races that are at odds with the proportion these different races represent in the general population at large is by definition racist under DEI's ideology. In order to be deemed anti-racist, one must personally take action to reverse any unequal outcomes in society. You must genuflex in front of these DEI gods. So how do you do this? Simple. Discriminate against any and all groups that have been deemed to be oppressors. That's right. Anybody that's historically an oppressor, you must discriminate against. And in order to counter this racism, you must be racist against those that you perceive to be racist in the first place. Kind of opposite of what Martin Luther King sort of had to say in his I Have a Dream speech. Sadly, as we witnessed, especially over the past couple of years, this insane DEI movement has garnered ground and has permeated many universities, corporations, municipal, provincial, and federal governments, and its supporters fervently believe it's the anti-racist engine which will transform society from its currently structurally racist state to an anti-racist utopia. Right, yeah, sure. So, how do you and I counter it? Simple. By educating naive, useful idiots that this movement has recruited who don't really understand its evil intent and are simply going along because they want to genuflex in front of those that they believe are advocating for diversity. They want to be kind. They want to be caring. They don't want to be seen as unloving. They think of equity and inclusion in a different term than what those the proponents of it are pushing for. And until they understand that's not the case, the DEI that they are advocating for is not the same as these folks. And in fact, that this DEI is really IEDs, we're going to see explosions in society going off everywhere. Anyway, I do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me on my Rumble, my Locals account. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. And you can follow me on Twitter at Camera612. And as always, I'll see you next time with some more diverse points of view.